Hey guys, it's Kalyn, and hopefully today I can get this right. So for my last video, I used my new camera, my new microphone for the first time, and I was super excited to bring you guys some quality content. However, I somehow just screwed it up and I couldn't redo it because I did a unwrapping video, so I posted it anyway. If you guys still want to watch it, just beware, the sound is a bit crackly and the camera is zoomed in on a weird angle. But I think I got it right this time, we shall see. So let's just jump into this February book haul. So the month of February, I seem to acquire a lot of books. I'm usually more sporadic when I buy them, but for some reason, a bunch of books were just calling my name and I picked a bunch up. I thought, hey, this would be a great video. So the first book I picked up is Kincaid by Victoria Aveyard. I've already read this one. I want to discuss my feelings about it in my wrap up. I did like it, but I did have some problems with it, and the more that I think about it, the more problems I have. Can't say anything about this particular one because of spoilers, but overall, Red Queen is about these people who have silver blood and those who have red blood. Those with silver blood have these different powers like shooting fire, moving metals. People with red blood, they don't have any powers and they're severely oppressed by the silvers. Then comes along our main heroine and she's red-blooded, but she has a certain ability and that just throws everything off that people have ever known. So the next book I picked up is Reign of Shadows by Sophie Jordan. This is the first in her duology. I really didn't know anything about this duology, I hadn't even heard of it, but then I knew that Sophie Jordan was going to be going to the same book signing as Victoria Aveyard and I wanted to support her as an author as well. So I picked this up and I'm so glad I did. I've already read this one. Really quick, it's a Rapunzel retelling, and in this world there is only 1 hour of daylight and the rest is darkness, and there's these creatures called dwellers and they kind of remind me of zombies in a way. It's full of action. It's full of action, adventure, and a strong romance, and I want to get more into that in my wrap-up. But it was really nice because it was a super quick read and I could barely put it down. I'm surprised I haven't heard more about it, but I'm definitely going to be picking up the second book in this duology. So since I really enjoyed the first book in this series, I went ahead and picked up Days of Red and Starlight by Laini Taylor. I read the first book, Daughter of Smoke and Bone, earlier this month, and I'll talk more about that in my wrap-up, but I absolutely love that book, and so I knew I wanted to continue this. I don't want to say much about this series because I just think you need to go in barely knowing anything. You'll be a lot more impactful and you'll enjoy unraveling every little thing throughout the story. Just read it, it's so good. It's a great fantasy, and I've heard that the books just get better and better, which is pretty unbelievable because usually the first book for me is like my favorite. So to hear that it's going to continue and get better just has me super stoked to pick this one up. So the next book I picked up because I've been seeing it everywhere, I've been hearing so many good things about it, and that is Karvall by Stephanie Garber. This book was so good. I just went into it thinking, okay, I might have a good time, but it was so much more than that. The world was amazing. I was on the edge of my seat half the time. It was just remarkable. Really quick, we have our main character Scarlet, who's been writing the creator of Karvall for years, asking him to bring his magic show to their little island where she and her sister can't leave because of her father. He never responds to her letters, but finally, the last one, years later, he invites both her and her sister to his magic show on his island. When we get there, her sister goes missing, and it turns out that this whole magic show is revolved around finding her sister, and it is just a great time. There were so many plot twists and I thought I knew what was going to happen because I'm usually pretty good at calling them, but nope, it was amazing. Let's just leave it at that. Read it. So the next book I picked up is Truth Witch by Susan Dennard. I don't know much about this book, but I've been hearing a lot of good things, and this is the year that I've really been into fantasy. I know it has something to do with whether or not she knows people are telling the truth, but lately I like to go into books barely knowing anything, and since this whole truth-telling thing isn't a concept that I've read about before, this is something that I will be picking up very soon. And then I picked up both Scarlet and Cress from the Lunar Chronicles. I read Cinder last month. Great surprise. I didn't think I was gonna really enjoy fairy tale retellings, but I think there's something I'm into. I think I need to get on this bandwagon with everybody else. I'm a little worried about Scarlet because I heard that this is probably the least favorite in the series, but here I have Cress. It's gonna give me motivation because I've heard this is the best, so yes. And they're just so beautiful. I mean, look at them. I was only gonna get one book at the bookstore, but my husband saw this and he's like, you have to get those. Look, they're in pristine conditions. These are used books. They're beautiful. And look at that. It's like sci-fi. And the last book that I picked up is Crown of Midnight by Sarah J. Maas. Now, if you've seen my other video, you know that Throne of Glass wasn't my favorite. I problems with it. But I've heard that Crown of Midnight is so much better, and I'm hoping that we get to see Selena as more of an assassin, because like I said in the other video, I had a hard time believing that she was actually an assassin with some of the things that she was doing. Not that I thought her personality was bad or anything, I thought her personality was fine, just things didn't match up for me with what we were told. But yes, I'm optimistic. I'm going to give this one a try. I'm not giving up on this series just yet. Alright guys, so those are all the books I gathered during February. Hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know which ones were your favorite. Also let me know which one I should read next. I already read Karvall, Kincaid, and Reign of Shadows. But yeah, hope you guys have a great day. Until next time.